I think DC forgets how a lot of their characters are written, and some of that's just due to the company rebooting their continuity every fucking 5 years. However, there are a few characters, and more so events, that fundamentally stay the exact same. One of these characters being the Red Hood. Jason Todd is a fan favorite character for a reason. He is one of DC's greatest characters. But to truly understand what makes this character so peak, you have to understand how Jason Todd went from Robin to Red Hood. As you all may know, because you're a bunch of fucking nerds, Jason Todd is the second Robin. So he had pretty big shoes to fill in the minds of readers, which according to popularity polls and internet forums, he did not. In fact, he was so unpopular, DC put a poll asking whether or not Jason should be killed, and fans said yes, which is kind of insane if you think about it. The overwhelming majority of fans were just itching to see a 14-year-old boy die, so DC did just that. In Batman 428, which is more commonly known as the Death in the Family storyline, Jason Todd was mercilessly beaten by the Joker with the crowbar and blown up. Which is kinda sad, but womp womp, get over it. The important part of Jason's story happens when he comes back to life as the Red Hood in the 2005 story, Under the Hood. The story Under the Hood highlights Batman's grief and regret for failing to save Jason, but this is also an important moment for Jason's characterization. Jason didn't become the Red Hood, he wanted to become better than Batman. He wants to show Bruce that his way of going about his crusade is wrong. He also wants to show Bruce that not every villain has to die, but some people are beyond redemption. And to be honest, it seems like he's right. People like the Joker don't change, and we can even look at the end of the DC timeline to see this. Even at the very end, Joker doesn't change. He is still a
psychotic piece of filth.
Yeah, that. Thanks, Jason. He's still that. Bruce believes his greatest failure was not being able to save Jason, and that's just not true. His greatest failure was not being to evidently prove Jason wrong. And Bruce himself doesn't even deny this. His main reason for not killing is a farce. Deep down, he truly doesn't believe everyone can be saved. He just doesn't think he can personally come back from that dark place once he crosses that line. Jason Todd isn't a failure because he turned bad or Bruce wasn't able to save his mind or body. I personally like to think that Bruce calls Jason a failure because he had no way to combat Jason's reasoning for killing some villains. I feel like deep down, Bruce at the very least can see where Jason is basing his ideology from, and at the very most give way to Jason's belief. So Jason Todd may be Batman's greatest failure, but not in the way that you would think.